Welcome to Swim Easy Speed. Today we're going to look at this athlete posted up his video on Facebook and was asking for some help. And so we'll just dive right in. I saw some things that he could improve upon real quick. So, the first thing, the angles aren't great, but what we can see is when we look here, you can see that crossover with the left right there. There's a little weird thing. It doesn't look like he's totally connected together. So that kind of floppiness as he comes over the top with those arms where they don't look really connected to his body. That's always an indication that the core is really not engaged. And that's what you expect from kind of a beginning swimmer, a new swimmer. Now, the one thing we do want to look at, you can see how much his head's buried there. And then if we zoom up a little bit, we can get an angle here. Typically for a distance swimmer, we want that to be somewhere between 30 to 40 degrees. You can see that's being influenced a lot by how much he's having to turn onto the side for the breath. So he's turning his whole body, which is kind of creating some issues underwater as well. We can't see it, but I can pretty much guarantee that it's happening. And then, this one's a little bit better. That's about the way it should look. That's kind of how the recovery should look coming over the top. But the big thing that he's going to want to solve is this right here as we come in. That crossing over, you can already see the hip starting to go out that way. We figure midline is kind of somewhere about there. Let's see if I can do it a little bit better. Right about there. So he's crossing over. That's going to create some problems where he's going to have to correct in the stroke. He's going to make himself less efficient. And so that's some of the stuff that we want to correct. And we'll be able to see a little bit kind of in the sway. You can see kind of right there how that hip is going out that way. So the hip is going out that way as he moves. And he's got that sway kind of going down the pool. So what we want to start with first would be that position 11 drill. And, here we just want to make sure that we're getting long on the water, a lot of core engagement. So one of the cues would be bring the belly button up into the spine to get that core to get engaged. Point the toes, keep your legs together. Use some fins, make it easier. And just get long on the water. You want to hit the stick at the same spot with your hand for each stroke. If you don't have a stick, you can always use a kickboard, although I'm not as fond of a kickboard. But, do a little bit of a catch-up stroke so you're hitting that same spot each time. You're not rushing through. Then what you want to do would be kick with a board. You can do this with or without fins. What we're going to do is force that core to engage with our head out of the water and really work on that straight line running right down the middle of our body, which is what we want to replicate over and over again. So as always, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the pool soon.